r/Nosleep. Posted by Reddit user. Not underscored necessarily. I got a job as a security guard at a remote shopping mall. I found a strange set of rules in the employee manual. The black figures howled as they came closer and closer. They surrounded me just like the shadows had. I started feeling claustrophobic, and I struggled to take breaths. Suddenly, I got a dangerous idea. I debated whether I should try it or not, but as soon as one of the black figures touched me, I made up my mind. Their touch was icy, so cold my shoulder still feels numb. It feels like something spit liquid nitrogen on it. I leapt over the edge of the railing. Even the black figures were shocked. They stopped howling as they watched me flail in the air. I landed hard on all fours and heard distinct snap in my left ankle. I then collapsed further, and my body thumped against the marble floor. Luckily, most of my body broke my fall and absorbed the force, but my head still came down hard on the marble floor. My nose hit first, followed by my forehead. I'm surprised I didn't break my nose. I felt pain shoot all through my head, and I saw stars. My vision tunneled and narrowed. I was about to pass out, but I kept myself awake. My whole body was bruised and battered. The air was still knocked out of my lungs. I forced my muscles to work, but they only screamed in response. I heard the howling of the black figures again. Somehow, this made me motivated to get out. I willed my body to get up. My entire body hurt like hell, but I didn't succumb to the pain. I kinda dragged my left leg and quickly ran to the security room access door from the first floor. Climbing the steps was like hell with my ankle, and I was about to give up. But luckily, I made it. As soon as I made it inside the security room, I dropped onto the floor and just lay down for a bit. My chest went up and down in an even rhythm as I thought about how I was going to get out of here. I checked the time on my watch. 3 a.m. The hands hadn't come from the walls, so it looked like I was getting a break from the routine walks. I rolled over on my right side so I could lay out my angle and have a rest on the floor. Suddenly, a glint of an object under the table caught my eye. I reached my hand out and found that it was a small lighter. I tried to use it, and sure enough, a flame erupted from it. I also found another note under the table. I'll transcribe it here. Hopefully, you have found this just when you needed it. Rule 10 is a risky and dangerous rule that should only be acted upon if you're under extreme danger, and there's absolutely no other escape. Rule 10 has a higher chance of being successful in the later hours of the shift, which is why we did not give you the rule immediately. We hope you understand our concerns. This lighter will help you access Rule 10. By the time you figure out how to access Rule 10 with a lighter, it will be the late hours of your shift, and it will also be the optimum time to put Rule 10 into action if needed. Lemon juice is your best friend. I was so confused by that last line. Lemon juice, I thought. This was probably code for someone's name. I started thinking about what lemon juice could mean when I heard the high-pitched beep once again. I looked up at camera 9 and saw black figures surrounding me outside. Basically, what I had just experienced was replaying on camera 9. The black figures came closer and closer, but in this tape, I didn't jump off. I stayed there and crouched low and put my hands over my head. The black figures started prodding at me. My skin melted with each of their probs and slowly rolled down like wax. Soon my organs were melting and rolling down. The last thing I saw before the screen went fully black was me slowly turning into a puddle of water. I dry heaved in the rubbish bin and had a few sips of water from the water bottle. Then picked up my phone and started searching for uses and other names for lemon juice. I needed to get out of here. Soon my watch chimed again, telling me it was 4 a.m. Only 4 more hours until the end of my shift. I cautiously went outside and brought the lighter with me for protection. Taking a round in the mall this time was worse. It was a totally different experience. I heard whispers all around me. It was like someone was gossiping about me in the corner of the mall. They were audible enough to hear, but not to understand. I caught mere syllables of the visibles. But when I did hear a word, it sent chills down my spine. Melds, rip, eat, Richard. I stopped when I heard my name. I saw figures in my peripheral vision. I looked sharply to my sides but saw nothing. They were always in my peripheral vision, but never in my reach. I checked my watch. 4:10. I started walking back to the security room when I saw a black figure right in front of me. It was of a deep black color. The color when there's total absence of light. It was a mesmerizing color, darker than the shadows themselves. It stood out. It looked like the total absence of matter. Like someone had cut a human-shaped hole in space-time itself. I stared at it for a little too long until I realized I was closing my eyes. I quickly closed my eyes and blindly ran off for my next stop. My already hurt ankle smashed against the shelf, and I fell onto the floor. I hoped I was in a shop and just tried to lay still, and prayed that I made it inside that shop. I counted to 360 while lying there and waiting. Suddenly, my eyes grew droopy, and I felt extremely sleepy. My muscles all relaxed into a deeply relaxed state, and my head was foggy. My mind urged me to relax and lay down for a bit more. I opened my eyes and closed them again. My eyelids were too heavy. I think I just need a bit of sleep.